Yeah, my name is Mariam Tocco. So today we're actually making Middle Eastern food, or Middle Eastern-inspired food. I'm making something called Fattoush. The eggplant is going to be sort of roasted in the oven with a lot of oil. The aim is to make it crispy so it can absorb all of the flavors from the sauce. So we're gonna cut it into little cubes. Olive oil, salt. Okay. Putting this in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Next thing we're gonna do is get started with pita bread. And I know people usually use knives, but honestly, just using kitchen shears because it's just much faster. We need about 2 to 3 jumbo-sized pita, which is this. This is a jumbo-sized pita. But if you get smaller pitas at the grocery store, you'll need about maybe 4. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on the side. We're now going to add the pita bread chips for the fattoush. And I'm just gonna use olive oil or avocado oil and then just incorporate it a little bit. You wanna make sure by the end of this that the pita is not hot. It has to get crispy. We're gonna put it on the bottom line while the eggplant continues. The next thing for the fattoush is gonna be making the vegetables and then letting them soak for a little bit in the sumac seasoning. Sumac is not exactly the easiest spice to get. So what you can do instead, if you just can't get access to it, get a little bit of extra lemon juice instead, or you can use citric acid. So we just chopped up the cucumbers. I did have to do Persian cucumbers, but you can do the bigger ones. I just really like the thin skin on the Persian cucumbers. Normal cucumbers have really thick skin and it's just not as fun to eat. And I'm doing cherry tomatoes, but you can do Roma instead. And I like the shape of the cherry tomatoes, but traditionally it is actually made with Roma. And it's sliced into cubes. I'm gonna add the sumac spice, and I'm only gonna add about a half a teaspoon. You don't want a lot of it. It is sour, so you gotta kind of have to be careful. And it does need a little bit of soaking time, so I'm just gonna put this in the fridge. About 2 big tablespoons of tahini. Tahini is ground sesame sauce. We use it quite a bit in Middle Eastern cooking. And then you are gonna need about half a lemon, juiced well. If you don't add the sumac seasoning to the cucumbers and tomatoes, you will need more than half a lemon. You'll need probably about a whole lemon. We're going to need about 2 cloves of garlic for this. And the next thing we need is whole plain yogurt. So we need about 1/3 of a cup of yogurt. And the next thing to emulsify the ingredients, you need olive oil. And that should be about 2 big tablespoons of olive oil. A ton of salt. Taking out the eggplant first. It's very crispy. It's perfect. Okay, pita chips are ready and eggplant's ready. I'm just gonna leave it here for a second. I'm gonna incorporate everything into the sumac and the cucumber. We're gonna add the pita. Guys, hear how crunchy that is? I'm sorry, I have to eat this. Very crunchy. Okay, so we're just gonna mix this real quick, and then what we're gonna do next is add the sauce. So we're just gonna add the sesame, the tahini, and the yogurt, garlic dressing. And this is similar to tzatziki, so if anyone sees it, it's like, oh, looks like it's similar to tzatziki. It doesn't have the herbs that tzatziki has, but okay. So what I'm gonna do, and I've seen people do this before, I'm just gonna grab one of the pitas and just scoop the cucumber and the tomato on it. There you have it. It's really good. The fattoush actually tastes so similar to how my mom would make it growing up. So even though it's a riff, it still tastes very much authentic to me personally. But again, don't come at me in the comments if you're like, that's not real fattoush.